Hello everybody and welcome back to the Beatles Forever. I did a video on the desert island theme of what songs to take when you get there, and I chose 10 Beatles songs. A viewer suggested doing a solo artist desert island theme, and I thought that was a good idea. Today I will pick 10 top songs by John Lennon that I would take with me to the island. John Lennon had good songs. It's so sad that his life was taken so young. And here's my list. The first one is I'm Stepping Out. This song came out on the Milk and Honey album. It was released after John died, and I loved how John begins the song and how we either talk or count off. And in this song, you hear John is feeling carefree, and you feel like you're listening to John telling you how he's feeling that day. He's tired of being cooped up, and he wants to get out and get a fresh air. The tempo is upbeat, and John is singing in a happy way. It is John showing us his fun side. A great song. He mentioned Sean and how the cats are sleeping and there's nothing on TV. I never get tired of hearing this song. Next song is Nobody Told Me. This song was originally meant for Ringo Starr. John had written it for him for his album Stop and Smell the Roses, but because of Lennon's death, Ringo decided not to record it. Yoko Ono called the track kind of a fun song, and she told Uncut in 1998, I think it's especially around that time that he felt that again, the world had lost its course, its direction. I really think that it's to do with not confusion, but starting to learn that life is always going to be a mystery. This song is fun, and John is rocking and rolling, and I like the drum sounds and other percussion sounds in the song. I think everyone has that feeling that some days are stranger than others, and in this case, John's taking it in his stride. And the song also mentions a UFO. John mentioned it in his Walls and Bridges album, and May Payne stated that John had said, come back and take me when he saw the UFO. It has an early rock sound to it, and that makes it more special. Next up, I'm Losing You. This song is from the Double Fantasy, an album John and Yoko worked on right before his death. This song was written while John was in Bermuda. He was trying to reach Yoko by phone and couldn't get through, and this inspired the song. And John was thinking of his separation also from Yoko and how she couldn't let go of things that he had done wrong. John is sounding raw on this song and has that funky sound that he likes to use from time to time. The drum and the guitar are leading the way, relaying the heavy mood that John was in. I like how the tune changes in the bridge with Here in the Valley of Indecision. I don't know what to do. I feel you slipping away. I feel you slipping away. In the end, it's great too, with the guitars really wailing. John was liking it. You could hear it. It's a great song. Next up is Watching the Wheels. This song is from Double Fantasy. I've loved it from the time I heard it. I can relate to wanting to get off a merry-go-round and just do what you want to do, even if it isn't doing anything productive. The song has the merry-go-round feel to it. The piano is wonderful, and how it's done in the song, and it has the Beatles feel to it. John was so great writing songs about how he was feeling. It was a gift. He said he could never write songs like Paul did about fictitious people, but I love the way that he wrote, and then I like the way Paul's songs are too. They're great talents. And I just love how John sings, I had to let it go with a bluesy ending. Perfection. The next song is also from Double Fantasy, just like Starting Over. And this song is from the album Double Fantasy. It's a song about new beginnings between John and Yoko. And Lennon said in his last Rolling Stone interview in 1980, all through the taping of Starting Over, I was calling what I was doing Elvis Orbison. It's like Dylan doing Nashville Skyline, except I don't have any Nashville, being from Liverpool. So I go back to the records I know, Elvis and Roy Orbison and Gene Vincent and Jerry Lee Lewis. I love the early rock and roll sound to this song, and this is where John feels most comfortable, and you can hear it in his voice. An interesting fact is, just like Starting Over, began with the sound of a small bell being struck 3 times, and this was intended to be a contrast to the foreboding church bell, which opened the song Mother on Lennon's first solo album, the John Lennon Plastic Ono Band, showing how his life and career had come full circle. I love this song because it has that early rock and roll sound, and I'm glad that John wrote this song to show how he and Yoko have found their way back to each other. I know it must have meant a lot to Yoko. Next song, Beautiful Boy. This song came from Double Fantasy, and it's a song about his son Sean. It has an oriental sound to it, and the song is full of love. John is comforting his son Sean after he had a nightmare, and the listener gets to hear the softer side of John. Paul McCartney said, this song by John was his favorite, and he included it on his desert island picks. And at the end of the song, John Lennon whispers, "Good night, Sean. See you in the morning, bright and early." This is a special way to end the song, and I bet Sean is glad there's a song that shows just what a good dad he was for him. Next up, Whatever Gets You Through the Night. This song came from the album Walls and Bridges. It begins with a saxophone that sounds almost like the Saturday Night Live beginning of their show. And John is really sailing through this song. And he was inspired by a show he was watching on TV late at night. And paying told Radio Times, at night, Lennon, loved to channel surf and would pick up phrases from all shows. One time he was watching Rubber Night, a famous black evangelist who was saying, "Let me tell you guys, it doesn't matter. It's whatever gets you through the night." And John loved it and said, "I got to write that down or I'll forget it." He always kept a pad and pen by the bed, and that was the beginning of Whatever Gets You Through the Night. And this is one of the fastest songs John had written. It was his only #1 song during his lifetime. Yeah, that's a good one. Mind Games. This song came from the album Mind Games, and it's a song about positivity. John also sings about love, as he did in All You Need Is Love. The lyrics in the song state, "Love is the answer, and you know that for sure. Love is a flower, you got to let it grow." And this song has a dreamy sound to it. John's voice is out in front. One day, maybe everyone will finally figure out that love is the answer. It would make for the perfect world, that's for sure. Next up, Imagine. And this song came from the album Imagine. And it's John's thought of what a world would be like. Ono described the lyrical statement of Imagine as just what John believed, that we were all one country, one world, one people. I love the piano and the simple arrangements of the song with just John and a few instruments. It is a catchy song, and the religious part of me, though, has trouble with the words. Imagine there's no heaven, but I understand what he was trying to say. Lennon later said that composition should be credited as a Lennon Ono song. A lot of it, the lyric and the concept, came from Yoko, but in those days I was a bit more selfish, a bit more macho, and it sort of omitted her contribution. But it was right out of Grapefruit book that she had written. A critic, Blaney, I don't know what his first name was, considered the song to be riddled with contradictions. Its hymn-like settings sit uncomfortably alongside its author's plea for us to envision a world without religion. Urish and Beatles, also critics, described Lennon's dream world without a heaven or hell as a call to make the best world we can here and now, since this is all this is, or will be, in their opinion, because we're asking merely to imagine, to play a what-if game, so Lennon can escape the harshest criticisms. John himself said, "This song is a strong political message, sugar-coated in a beautiful melody." Lennon realized a softer approach would bring the song to a wider audience, who hopefully would listen to his message. If you want peace, first you have to imagine it. And the last song that I chose was "Oh Yoko." This song came from the Imagine album also, and the first time I heard this song, I loved it. It has that country sound to it, and so catchy in the tune. It was inspired by a folk song, and you could tell it's in that genre. And this song shows just how obsessed John is with Yoko. He's thinking about her 24/7, which can be good or bad, which, I don't know if I want to be thought of that many times. But I love the piano in the song, and the harmonies between John and Phil are special too. John plays a harmonica for the first time since he did the song Rocky Raccoon, and it's the last time he played one for a recording. EMI wanted to release "Oh Yoko" as a single, but Lennon refused. In the United States, only the title track was taken from the Imagine album, and in the United Kingdom, no singles were issued from it. John himself said, "It's a very popular track, but I was sort of shy and embarrassed and didn't want to sort of represent my image of myself as a tough, hard-biting rock and roller with the acid tongue. Everybody wanted it to be a single. I mean, the record company, the public, everybody. But I just stopped it from being a single because of that, which probably kept it at #2 and never made #1. The Imagine album was #1, but the single wasn't." This is John talking to David Sheff and All We Are Saying. And the song probably would have made #1 if he had allowed it. It's one toe-tapping song. I hope you enjoyed the video. John wrote some great songs, but I could listen to these songs over and over again without ever getting tired of them. I hope everybody's been having a good day. And if you enjoyed the video, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be great. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do that, it would mean a lot. Thank you, and tune in again soon to the Beatles Forever. Bye.